Wait a minute. You were sold by your mother?
Yes. And my father...
To whom?
For organizations that use child to work.
Hello everyone and welcome to Chroniques d'Experts, a podcast produced by Open Media, available on Forbes.fr, YouTube and all major podcast platforms including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Deezer and Amazon Music. Today I'm joined by Ana Paula Araujo. Ana Paula, bom dia.
Bom dia.
Because you're from Brazil, right?
Yes.
I'm so happy to have you today with us. You're an incredible person, and I'm sure you will be amazed by who she is. What do you do?
Today, I work as development director of a group that is in a strategic industry. Aerospace and defense.
Wow.
And the objective is where I believe I bring value is because when we talk about in defense, like aerospace and defense, we talk about an environment that commercial focus go beyond of traditional way to find opportunity of selling. It's not about selling. It's about creating structured growth by respecting not only the capacity, the capabilities we could engage in a contract or in a project, but also to respect that there is a supply chain and that all our decisions will impact the supply chain.
This is a very special field, an unknown field. What do you like about it?
Well, I choose this environment because of the level of responsibility and impact. Aerospace defense, it's an industry that requires a lot of rigor, respect of procedures, and it's involved. There is an institutional dimension more important than just organization company. What you decide, how you work, and how you deliver your products are very aligned with credibility and reputation. So it's not about selling more, but it's about commitment and respect to be responsible and to endure your capabilities, your results with time. It's not about selling more, but about creating confidence.
Is there a lot of women in this industry?
Today, I think there is more women in this industry, but this industry is not about women or men. I think it's about consistency. I think it's about you committing yourself to something that you believe. What means being in this environment. When you are watching by different professionals with different backgrounds, what really matters is your consistency of what you want to do and how you do. It's kind of like building credibility every day, but you should not let the environment affect your capacity to believe that you can arrive at. Of course, it depends where you're coming from because you decide to go in this industry. People will question your capacity. People will question why you're there. There is the moment that the external validation should not affect you. There's the moment your convictions and visions should drive your decisions and should drive your motivations to go every day. And then credibility is built with time. And with the capacity to respect your values and to the capacity to maintain your vision and then not let the environment or then doubts surround of what people could feel about your presence and your conditions to achieving results influence you. I think I have never asked myself that I am a woman in this business. I never put myself as a victim of the events. I won't say I would like to do, and I give me the respect of saying it's it's your choice, not their choice, and it's just about engage every day, little by little, like step by step, rebuilding your confidence and letting the results talk about who you are.
Before coming to France, you traveled a lot, but you're born in Brazil, right?
Yes.
And your childhood was more than difficult.
Yes.
What happened?
My life in Brazil was very marked about uncertainty and difficult because I had a very challenging beginning of my life. First, I grew up in Amazonia, which is a very simple life with very restricted resources. So resourcefulness, it's not a quality, it's like a way to live. Childhood was surrounded of uncertainty and instability, which means I have been abandoned by my mother very early, 3 years old, actually sold, and my father found me when I was 7 years.
Wait a minute. You were sold by your mother?
Yes. And my father...
To whom?
For organizations that use child to work and to exploit those child somehow. And my father kept looking after me until he found me I was 7 years old. That was a life very, how can I say, very difficult. But uncertainty had shaped the way I learned about clarity, fear, about stability. Like
I'm sure of it. And then at 9 you start working?
Yes.
Doing what?
I was selling sandwiches in the gate school to help my family, and work becomes something for me that kind of like part of what I want to do, because since I have faced uncertainty, violence very early, and I was given by the return of my father a kind of framework of values. I found day by day in the work and the values my father transmitted a way to rebuilding and to write different my story.
How can you learn that fast when you're so young? You know, young children today, they complain, they're not happy about everything. Everything you went through, I cannot imagine, first of all. But then you were mature enough, or it's like survival instinct, right?
Yes, it's true. Actually, before my father found me, I had this survival instinct to go through to the challenges I faced, the circumstance. But when my father came back to my life, he kind of like gave me a framework of values. He didn't change the circumstances overnight, but he helped me to understand those circumstances and actually understand myself. It's there where he's going to propose me and introduce me the idea of a dignity life, like how to be like dignity, which is the idea that circumstances might tell you where you are, but should not shape your trajectory.
But that's very hard. When you're living something, you're in it. So how can you think about how can I behave? How can I do something? How can I think about what's next? This is very hard, even for a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So your father was amazing.
My father was a wise man, and he transmitted me a framework of values. Also, he gave me love. I think that's important too, because fear can trigger its movement, but clarity drive direction. And I think that's what he brings to me.
Movement, you had a lot, because you were like in Brazil, Amazon, North America, later in France. What did you learn with all the cultural contrasts? I don't know. Just tell me.
All this experience showed me that some places are driven by the relationship, the way the things happen. So sometimes proximity relationships can drive how people will make choice. Other cultures, like institutions like France, showed me more a structured way to building your life. It's driven by how can I say, reputation, legitimacy by institutions. So it's a different way to introduce yourself, and a different way to building your credibility, your confidence, and become someone. But both actually, I think both are important, because different countries actually showed me that communication and the way you communicate, it's really important if to achieve results, but not because the visibility that you could get from that, but from the convictions you had of what you want and why you were there.
You know, a lot of people stay in the same country because it feels safer, like you know exactly what you're going through. Your life in Brazil and Amazon was challenging, and you choose to maybe go away from it, but you choose more challenge, going somewhere new and start over and over, because you've been in many countries. So it's like a new challenge and over another challenge.
When I was in Brazil, and after facing all these challenges, and understand that the decision of my future was not driven by what happened to me, but how what I choose to do with it, I felt strong. And I want to building an international career, so which drives me to go to different countries and have the opportunity to work for different industries, until I came to France. And I fell in love with this country, which is very structured, that we have to respect processes if we want to building something. And that's where I identify that my values was connected. And later on, that's why I also have found my values in the aerospace and defense. Because I want to give means to everything that I building. The fact that I overcome the difficulties, the fact that I didn't hate anyone for what happened to me. I think that's important, because when you start making people, like giving the fault, try to explain what happened to you by appointing someone or something, it's really an error, because
that's very hard to do, you know? It's so easy to blame others and say, listen, injustice is very hard. I didn't deserve this. And stay in that mood all your life. What you did, it's a real example of how everything is possible, you know?
Yeah. And actually, Karina, I think you are responsible 100% for your happiness. Okay. And every day for me, when I wake up, it's a new chance and a new opportunity to do differently. And I never try to measure my results, my life by comparing me to someone. I choose to be Ana Paula Araujo Mendes. I am Ana Paula Araujo Mendes every day. And every day, I don't try to be influenced by anyone. I appreciate very much people that had successful in their life, if they have building incredible business or incredible career. But one thing that's very important for me, that comes from the moment I was there in this situation, very difficult in Brazil, is that you have just one life. It's my life. And I don't want to, what people feeling, what they desire doesn't really connect with my values, will probably give me the pleasure that I'm looking for. I want to be myself, and every day I talk to Ana. I say, talk to Ana today, and I say, well, you have done better than yesterday, but I'm actually proud of the person I was yesterday.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that. Like, don't compare yourself to the others. Compare yourself to yourself earlier, before, and you're growing each day, and be happy for the others, you know, victories. That's very important. I just have one question. You didn't study, right? Or did you study? What did you do? Like, did you went to college to you know?
Yeah, actually, I did an university in Brazil, but actually never stop study. If you want to ask me for a person who work in aerospace and defense, which is very reserved environment, for me, the most powerful weapon in the world is what you know. It's information and how you use this information. So I never stopped the study. So I did a university in Brazil. I did an MBA in France. I did some specializations. So I always looking for reading and learning every day, and the learning things that I might don't want to become expert. It's the case of the industry I work today. I bring different values. I'm not trying to copy-paste professionals that are in this environment. I'm just trying to improve, to empower them with what I learned by living in different countries. But in the end, information, it's very dangerous. At the same time, it's what could bring you very far. So I never stop learning. I never stop studying. I'm curious. I keep reading, and I'm trying to go every day a little bit more farther than what I know. Curiosity, it's a very strong quality when you want to develop yourself, your career, or when you want to face something that for everyone should be impossible. But curiosity without passion, maybe that's the right the right word. You're going to work, you're going to be building your career, you're going to wake up and live a new day. If you don't love, or if you don't have any, a little bit satisfaction with what you do, it's impossible to succeed.
Ana, what would you say now to the young Ana?
Oh, I would say that I would thank her because she was, it's funny because she was innocent and she was observing all those, I would say, circumstances that we cannot control. But she was always seeing the good side of even the bad things that happened to me. Every time she faced something difficult, there was this little hope that, well, tomorrow is another day, maybe it's going to be better. And I was not, I think I felt proud of this little Ana because she was never saying that she deserves what happened. She was saying maybe it's life, and then it's the way you structure, and the moment you accept that and you giving directions to everything bad that happened to your life, I think is there where you understand the gift you have been given, which is your life.
And what would you say to some people right now who are going through tough things?
Oh, I would say that it's difficult to understand why that happened to you, but the right question is not why this happens. It's what you will do with it. That is the important. And never have put myself as a victim of events. I just think sometimes you're in the wrong place, in the wrong time. But it's not a problem, because in the end, this will somehow teach you something, either resilience, either discipline, either an acknowledgement, like awareness of something that has to be changed.
And obviously, you will not be this Ana today if you are not going through all that.
Yes, exactly.
You are who you are today with this humanity, power, everything, because of everything you went through.
Yeah. And maybe people will ask here, how to live life with uncertainty every day? You don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. I think when you decide to accept yourself and accept who you are and not trying to be copy-paste of someone else, you can admire people. You can look and feel pleasure to see someone that have succeeded in their life, in their story. But I think the key is that when you accept yourself, you try to understand yourself, which means understand who you are and what you like, what you don't like, and respect the values and convictions that you have inside of you. Is there where really resilience happen.
Resilience, that's a word.
Yeah, resilience. Resilience.
Ana, muito obrigada. Muito obrigada. I hope this interview inspired you, and resilience is the word to take away. Thank you so much for being with us, and let's see each other soon on Chroniques d'Experts.